Hello everyone, it's Friday evening and we're back here with some exciting stories from the vibrant startup ecosystem. I'm Priya Sheth and you're watching the Daily Dispatch. Now let me bring you up to date with the top news stories in the travel tech, ed tech as well as in the robotics space, and companies that are in focus today include Ixigo, Eruditus as well as Vico. Well, headline number one, travel app Ixigo has filed the DRHP to raise about 1600 crore rupees via its IPO. Now, Ixigo is looking to raise about 750 crore rupees through a primary fundraise and about 850 crore rupees via an offer for sale from existing investors. Now, recently, Ixigo made two acquisitions which included Abibus as well as Confirm Ticket to add to its travel-based offerings. Well, headline number two, Mumbai-based Eruditus makes an entry into the Unicorn Club as it becomes the fourth EdTech unicorn of this year. The EdTech startup has raised about $650 million in a Series E funding round led by Accel and SoftBank Vision Fund 2 with participation from existing investors. Now, with this round, the unicorn is now valued at about $3.2 billion, becoming the 23rd startup to cross the $1 billion mark this year. Well, headline number three, global robotics startup Miko has raised about $28 million in a Series B round of funding. The funds will be used for product development and strengthening global alliances as they aim to become a stronger global player. The startup has now scaled its user base to more than 140 countries, with the engagement witnessing a 3x jump through this pandemic.
Well, moving on to our second segment, I have with me someone who is developing a technology that's very interesting, and we're going to talk about it in terms of how it's going to help detect COVID-19 in terms of a quicker turnaround rather than an RT-PCR. I have with me Rajat Shah from MediCircle. Thanks, Rajat, for joining us today. And what I think our audience and me want to know is about this technology, SpectraLith, that you all are working on in terms of how it's going to help detect COVID-19 faster and more accurately than an RT-PCR. So tell us a little bit about it.
Hi, Priya. Thank you so very much for the kind introduction. So just to give you a brief overview about the technology SpectraLith that we are trying to introduce into our country. SpectraLith was first developed at Sheba Medical Center in Israel, along with the company called NewSight Imaging. Late last year, we got hold of the device and it came to us for a peer review study. After looking at the device and after understanding the merits of the device, it being completely plug and play, it can be literally taken into, we can deploy it for the last mile diagnosis, and the ease at which the technology is set up in a way that, this can work with a gargle, this can work with an nasopharyngeal swab, and the results literally come back in seconds. So that was the tipping side for us to get invested in the company. We went ahead and got the India specific rights for this technology for the next few years. And the major advantage of this test is that it uses photospectrometry. What it does is that it not only looks for the virus, it also tells you the host reaction to the presence of virus in your body. So, the other test where, I don't want to get into the specifications of it, but the other test where they falter in identifying the newer variant or the variant of concern, SpectraLith has a slight advantage in the sense that it is looking for the host response to the presence of virus in the body. So even if there is a change in the variant, or if there is any specific protein change or structural or morphological change in the structure of the virus, SpectraLith will still be able to identify that the patient has COVID-19 or not.
Right. So can you say that it is more effective than an RT-PCR test in terms of determining the results?
RT-PCR is always going to remain the gold standard when it comes to COVID-19 diagnosis. RT-PCR is an extremely important test, and I don't think that any other test can relate or compare to RT-PCR or its proficiency. What we are trying to bring in over here is that we are trying to bring in a test which is as accurate as an RT-PCR. At the same time, it takes fraction of the time which a traditional RT-PCR would take. Even with the latest developments in the RT-PCR devices and the machines, the turnaround time just for the machine to process the sample and tell us whether the COVID-19 is present or not in a given sample and run the 32 or 35 number of cycles, it takes 60 to 65 minutes. And that's with the cutting edge machines. Whereas the result that comes out of SpectraLith will literally take 15 seconds, and the entire process from swab collection or a gargle sample collection to micro pipetting it out and putting 2 ml in a cuvette and putting that cuvette into the machine and letting the AI ML run that sample and give us the result, it is way less than a minute. So the entire test duration is only 15 seconds and another 15 to 20 seconds for swab collection technique. So whenever we have any area which has high throughput, or wherever we have to have some sort of a mass gathering, or even essential services like administrative services where people cannot do work from home, but we have to bring people back to workplaces, Spectralit is the solution.
Right, but what about the certification of this test and the validity of this test? Because there are so many tests that are in the market right now, but of course, in terms of certification, it has to be recognized by some agency as well, right?
Absolutely. So this test has CE Ivory certification from 2 countries in Europe, that is Belgium and Spain. It is already under process with TGA, with US FDA and WHO EUL. With ICMR in specification to India, we are also under process with ICMR to understand what sort of a validation protocol you would require for this.
Right. And what is your estimate as to when this kind of technology would be launched in India? And and how would you get this to reach people out there?
So to start off, we are doing a commercial pilot to take this test to masses. Preferably, we would want to start off at the airports or any areas which have a high footfall and where people cannot be working from home. To begin with, it is going to be a commercial pilot project with the ease of doing business initiative, and so on and so forth. We'll see how it pans out, but initially it has to be in a pilot program.
Right, but in terms of the kind of reach to people, how will this be a device that will be sold to people? Will this be a lab, or will this be what would be the touch points where somebody could come for testing via this method?
So there are 3 parts to the service that is being offered. One is the technology. MediCircle is the one who's bringing in the technology. We are also setting up India production over here for certain parts of the devices to bring the cost further down. So that is going to be taken care by Stag Sports Private Limited, which is involved directly in the production for this device in India. And we also have tied up with multiple service providers, multiple NABL accredited labs who can then perform the test, because performing the test is one part of the story, and then also letting ICMR know about this, because since it's a notifiable disease, we also have to give the results back to ICMR. So that process has to be done with an NABL accredited lab only. So we've already in tie-up with multiple NABL labs across India who will be then becoming the touch points to get hold of this technology for masses.
Right. And how expensive would this test be to get to the masses? Because an RT-PCR typically at this point in time costs anywhere between 600 to 800 rupees at any place in India. So how expensive would this technology be?
This test is going to be sub 500 rupees. Of course, requisite government taxes as applicable. But our idea is to make it as cheaply available as possible, so that everybody can make use of it, and with confidence we can move away from locking ourselves down again. So to be competitive, the pricing will be less than 500 rupees.
Right. And, in terms of the kind of investment that you as MediCircle have to be pumping into this new technology and bringing these new devices out there, what is the kind of requirement out there? What is the kind of funds that you've raised so far in this process?
So MediCircle, although we are a very young startup, we are completely bootstrapped. We've been working in the COVID space for the past 1.5 years, and it is completely self-funded at this point in time. We've not gone for a round raising or any of that sort activity. But yes, the time, the money that has gone in is significant, especially for us at this point in time. But yeah, fingers crossed, we are hoping that we'll do good for the country more than anything else.
The launch of this new testing method comes at a time when there are self-test kits that are available in the market. You have COVID self-test kit that is present and available widely at all chemists and pharmacies all over the country. So why would anybody want to perhaps go for this technology when they already have a COVID self-test, which is also accepted by the ICMR, because it gives you a report there and then?
Multiple benefits. When you do a COVID self-test, we are banking on the premise that the person or the self-administrator of the test will take a correct swab and will follow the steps that are required to do a rapid antigen test correctly in the perfect order. The biggest problem with the rapid antigen test is that, with the self-administered rapid antigen test is that these these test cartridges, even if I put a drop of water, it's still going to tell me that, okay, the result is negative. The data can be falsified. This is a pandemic. We are dealing with a virus which is highly contagious, and you would not want to leave any loose ends. Whereas, with SpectraLit, if the sample administered in the QA is incorrect, the result is going to be inconclusive then and there. There is no iota of doubt left in our heads that whether the patient has given the correct sample or not. Whereas with a rapid antigen test, the onus lies on the administrator of the test to make sure that they do it.
All right, Rajat, we wish you all the very best, and we hope that SpectraLit takes off the way you have envisaged. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you so much for being a part of the Daily Dispatch.
Well, time now to wrap up this edition of the Daily Dispatch. I'll catch you on Monday at 5 p.m. Goodbye and have a lovely weekend.